Hello everyone. I just wanted to do a quick little video. Shout outs to FancyMunchlax, who's been playing Rosinante. I think he's already picked up on this, but I wanted to still put this out there just so that it can be practiced with Rosinante becoming more and more of a popular leader. I kind of wanted to go over some of your searches. These are both pretty good hands on their own Rosinante's part. Obviously, the bottom one's better, but excuse me. Just want to talk a little bit about searching. So with this hand, we already have the 4-6 law. So this Rosinante loses a lot of priority, but we don't have the 2K. And in the same way that I just said that this one loses priority, the Kobe will always be good. So you can open with this. And we found this. This is our only target. Whereas if we had searched with the Navy, we would have got a Marine forward. So with the Kobe, I'm sorry. And then this is the other reason why I wanted to kind of showcase this. This is our only target. So when we stack this back, this is card number 1. This is card number 4. So you want the most valuable card to be the card on top. I'm going to put it like this. You can put it the other way around. It probably is better because Lightning Dragon can draw into this, whereas Mamaragan is not guaranteed to draw into this, but we're going to assume you're activating main here because by the time you wheel back, there's no way that you don't have, there's almost no chance you're going to have 6 Dawn to get the counter draw. So these are kind of interchangeable. What isn't is that I want this Marineford to be card number 3 because the Marineford can find the Kobe. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the hand up here. So he draws. We're going to play the Kobe. And then here, this is a lot trickier. I kind of want to get the Rosinante just to keep showing you guys examples on both. I'm going to grab that, but I think the card you actually want to grab here is a Sakazuki just to round out your hand. Thankfully, there's already one here, but again, this just showcases. So again, card number 1. In this case, this is kind of the best card. But in the scenario that we draw this, we don't really want to heal any of these cards. They're all bricks. So you could make an argument for either or. But again, I just kind of want to showcase what it's like to search again. We're not going to do anything else. Or actually, we can play the Rosinante. Here, we whiff. And this is another scenario where kind of wish I held off a little bit. So we know the bottom 4 cards. And it goes... Femlaw, brick, brick, brick. 2 of them, I think it was Femlaw, Saka, and then Promolaw. Assuming we grab a card here, which I'll hope to do in this second example, this is one of the scenarios, the deviations that can happen where you whiff. So because we know the bottom 4 cards, this is card number 5, or whatever card you want to make. This can be card number 5. That's 5, assuming that you can wheel back. This is the new stack, starting with I Love You. So you would want this to be your best card from this new stack that you're getting. Now, you want this to be the card that you draw, assuming that you search again when you wheel back to the bottom, because this deck does run a lot of searchers. In fact, both hands still have 2 searchers, despite it being, turn 1 for both of them. Unfortunately, in this situation, we wheeled 2 here. So this Rosinante player on top probably would not be able to wheel back, but just know that sometimes you will get these whiffs happening, and it is harder for you to remember. But the more that you practice this kind of stacking your deck, the better you'll get at it. I usually prefer Borsellino to heal something with counter, but for people that want to put I Love You, that's basically 4K counter. It's just you can't always count on, on having a Dawn there. So just kind of put it like that. That's my preference, but putting I Love You as the card that Borsellino heals, totally fine. All right, and then just again showcase this here. We're gonna play the Kobe. So here, I don't remember what the exact 4 cards were. I think it was Mama, Lightning Dragon, and 2 like whatever cards. So we did hit. This is our only target. So that me telling you that it was a Lightning Dragon Mama and then 2 cards that I can't remember is kind of what I want you to keep in mind. We know 4 cards. So whatever the 5th card that we wouldn't want to see, we don't really care about, this card has a very narrow window. So I'll make this the 5th card. And then what would I want to be the 6th card? Either Mama, or this Law. Both of them are pretty good. Mama's obviously better. So we're going to put that as our fourth card. And then maybe I can top deck another searcher here. Okay, I'll search again here with the Suru. Again, this is just to kind of showcase the intricacy here. In this, so normally I have in chat and I can type how many searchers I have, or you could just count them, right? I've searched twice here and I've searched twice here. And I'm searching a third time just to show you again. Okay, so this time we did hit. I'm just going to take this card. So in this deck, we know the bottom 9. It was I don't remember what it was. The first card was on top, but it was 3 bricks because it was Sokka promo, and then there was another Sokka, and then Borsalino, I love you, blank blank. So Borsalino, I love you, blank blank. That's 4 cards. So now we would want the next card to be a good one. So I'll put this so that this is the new 5th card. And then this is starting a new stack. And if you notice, Lightning Dragon will draw me the Mama, and Mama can draw me the second Mama. So you kind of want to stack it in a way where this is going to benefit you. You can also put it something like this, or the other way around, where Lightning Dragon will draw you into these cards here. And that's kind of how you want to be thinking about it. Because if we look, whatever, it doesn't matter what I pick. We know the bottom 4, 5, 4. That's 13 cards. 13 out of 37 might seem like a lot, but if you guys play this deck, you'll realize how quickly you'll be able to wheel back down there. I'm just going to pass. I was hoping for another searcher. Okay, boom. See? Because you can also run stage. So we know the bottom 4, 8, 5. That's 13. Now we know the bottom, and I'm going to grab a searcher just to keep searching and make it kind of prove my point. Now we know the bottom 13 plus 4 is 17. So if we know 13, this is card number 14, this is card number 15. So the card that we're going to start the stack with, we're going to put I love you, I love you. You can also put something like this, that we have I love you 2K, but we're just going to assume we're going to go here. So now we know the bottom 4, 8, 12 plus 5, 17. And then we're going to search again. If we could grab Kobe, I would, just to keep searching to kind of prove my point, right? About like, this is how quickly you can kind of like wheel and deal. So one more time, it was 4, 8, 12, 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. So now we just need to focus on this bottom card because this would be the 5th card. I guess I'll just put Kobe. Obviously, you can make an argument for Sokka. And the list of the cards, I think it was I love you, I love you. Or yeah, I love you was the beginning of our start. I love you, I love you. I'll put Mama, this. You could also make an argument for putting Kobe so Kobe can search back. So again, just to review, 4, 8, 12, 16, 21. So there's only 13 cards on top of our deck that we have to churn through. And when you do effects like stage, draw a card, discard 1, and you do something like Lightning Dragon, draw a card. Now we're only 11 cards. If you heal with Borsalino, right? That's 12 cards or yeah. And then Rosi Law draws you cards. Mama Ragan draws you cards. And you're just going to very quickly end up wheeling back down to the pile. So it's very important that you remember that you want to make it so that even if you can't remember the exact details, so that the first card on the top of your stack and the 5th card, you want to remember the kind of beginning of the book and the end of the book. You don't have to remember everything. And we can start over. Just to kind of show it off one more time. Oops. Searcher. Okay, perfect. This bottom hand's great. Keep. And this top hand, I'll mulligan for more searchers. Okay, no luck. So we'll use the bottom hand here. Search. We found the promo law. That's perfect. And here we have a scenario where this Marineford, if we wheel back to it, it'll search us both of these cards. So that's kind of what you also want to be setting up. Set yourself up for success. This Mama can draw us the Marineford. So this is going to be the card number 1. And then even if you can't remember the exact order, just like misnomers or however kind of sing-song you got to do so you can remember. You can do 1K blank, 2K, 2K. You can do Mama, Marineford, Mama, MF, I love you, and then Drake. You know, make it work for you. But we know cards 1 through 4. Pass. Nothing there. Okay, we got a searcher. So obviously in this turn we wouldn't double search, but just again for instance here, I think here you want to grab Rosi Law, but I'm going to grab the Marineford just so that we can keep going over. So we know the bottom 4 cards. The worst card here is maybe Kobe, because Kobe is also searchable by that Marineford that we put as a second card after the Mama. Because our other stack was Mama, Marineford, I Love You, and I think a 2K. So I'll put this card there. And then this card is also searchable by that Marineford. So we'll do something like this. And then go again. I don't know why I'm putting so much thought into what I'm picking. So 4, 8, 12. We know about the bottom 12. And we know we have to bookmark this. So this is probably the worst card in this stack. And then we can make the Borsalino heal the I Love You. And then right here. It's between these two. I'll just grab this. And then here again, what's the worst card here? Again, this one has a very narrow window. Lightning Dragon drawing us into Sakazuki might enable us to do some plays. So let's go ahead and do that. And we know the bottom 16 cards of our library already. And that means we have to wheel through 10. But again, when you do stuff like stage, doesn't matter. When you play stuff like Rosi Law, like you're gonna end up getting through those cards super, super fast. And that's kind of like what you want to be doing as like a mental practice. I will say if you're like a GP player or an Emu player, or if you had activate main searchers like Bonnie, those are decks that I played. So I kind of already have this practice already. But again, with how strong Rosinante is and with how many searchers the deck has, and just other decks in general, like the ones I named, GP Luffy, Emu. Emu's not really around right now, but this is just like a mental exercise that you can kind of do to enable yourself and set yourself up for success, because you will eventually know what it is. Like, it is insane that we know half of our library already, and that we've taken control of that, and that as the game goes on, you're gonna most definitely wheel back there. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. This is kind of what I tried relaying to FancyMunchlax in chat. He's kind of figured it out on his own, which is great. I took a little too long making this video just because life's a little bit busy, but if this helps you, that's great. That's what we want. This is a good mental exercise that you can do with any of the decks that also have a ton of searchers. And then also, of course, with that, remember what you've searched, because like I have 2 Borsalinos in hand, and I wheeled one to the bottom. I think it was the second search that wheeled it, because I stacked it so the Borsalino would heal like an I Love You, or maybe it was the third. But now that you know, hey, I have a Borsalino here and I have 2 in hand, either there's a 4th Borsalino in the bottom in the next 18 cards, or there's, if you get a Borsalino from life, that's it. That's all of them. And the more that you keep like track of those things in your mind, the better, because you'll know how to better prioritize your search targets. We can kind of practice that a little bit here. Oops. Okay, perfect hand. Searchers. This hand I'll ignore. Keep, unless I get searches here. No, okay. So we're going to search with our first one. Remember, on our first search right here, we're looking for Promo Law. We did find it. So here, not really. The best card that we're wheeling are these two. These 2 cards are kind of inconsequential. I'll put this as a third, but hopefully on the next search. Yeah, we drew a Kobe. What about on the here? So if we don't pick Sokka here, that's a Sokka that we're down. And we're looking for Promo Law here, so we're not going to take Sokka. But Sokka, I'll put it like that. And then we're looking for Promo Law. We found a Promo Law. If we take it, we lose Rosi Law number 3 because we have 2 in this hand. We're still going to take it because that's the card we want. And then this is the worst card here. And then here, Rosi Law drawing into I Love You seems pretty strong. And then our draw for turn being Marineford is also crazy strong. So let's do that. And then here again, we have 2 Rosi Laws. We have 2 I Love Yous. And when we're bottom decking Rosi Law number 3, I Love You number 3. So we just haven't seen very, very much card variety in our searches on this top hand. So we're going to pass. Here, 1, 2, 3. We have 3 searches. We have a Promo Law. So again, ignoring the optimal play, which is attach 1 Dawn, or maybe searching again, poking 5, right? We're going to keep talking about our searches. I'm looking for a lot 2K. I said a little too slow, but yeah, I'd like to get a lot 2K in rotation because I bottom decked the first a lot 2K. So if I don't grab one here, because Rosi Law is a great card to have, if I don't grab this lot 2K, I'm down 3. So I'm kind of in a position where I'm forced to grab this. And then here again, the worst card here is Lightning, this law here. So Lightning Dragon draw Rosi Law draw 2K Law. That's pretty great. We're going to keep that. Activate leader, right? You're going to do the optimal play. And then swing and blah, blah, blah. Pass. Okay, so look, if we had taken that Rosi Law, we would have had all 4 already, which is like pretty unlikely, but you know, it is what happens. We have a searcher. I'll just pass. It doesn't matter. Right, you do the optimal. You take the Dawn off. You play this. You gain arrested. Suru, you shouldn't really be playing out, and these kinds of searches in general, because you lose a 2K and you lose another card in hand, that's a pretty big tax. That's why some people opt to run the Drake in Rosinante specifically. But when you're looking for a Rosi Law or you're looking for a Borsellino, and you know that if you don't find them, you're going to have a bad time, that's when this is kind of like the red button that you have to push. It's not ideal, but you know, if you have to, you have to. And then I'm just going to finish out these last 2 searches right here. Maybe 3, because I drew another one. So, boom, Borsellino. This is the first Borsellino we see. And this is also the first X-Drake we see. So, those are higher priority targets. I was kind of hoping for another Rosi Law, but I'll take the Borsellino just because that card's crazy. The worst card here is, again, that. And then these 2 are the same in my mind, because this one can grab this, but also they're both 2Ks, if nothing else. So I'll just put it in this order. Mama's also a crazy good card. I think we've lost 2 or 3 Mamas now. I wasn't keeping track of that. If you have the chat in this, I can't, because it's just a solo practice game. You can put a number. You don't have to hit enter, because that usually pisses off your opponent. But if you just put a number, you know, 1, 2, 3. So you know you search 3 times, you know the bottom 12. If you get good at it, you don't have to like put that number. You can just keep track of it, then even better. We can grab a Kobe and go again if we're looking for a specific piece, or we can... we can grab itself. Sometimes it is worth grabbing Marineford if you already have a Sakazuki established and you just need to wheel through your Dawn. Just Dawn minus aggressively in this matchup, for instance. Maybe Sengoku. And then this is, I think, our 4th Mama. So unfortunate we can't search that card, but I'll just take the I love you. I'll take the Kobe just so we can keep searching, keep doing this exercise. So here it is. I love you, Mama. Interchangeable. Then Marineford is not super, super high priority. And then here, one more search. So we found 2 more promo laws. So we know that unless we see another one, that we shouldn't, it's very unlikely that we see our 4th promo law, just with how these are going. And then I have a Rosi Law, but I kind of want another one, but we've bottom decked a Sakazuki. I can't recall. So that's where you do have to be on top of things, and you do have to kind of play that little memory game, and you're keeping track of things a little bit better, and you will get better at it with practice. Right now I'm kind of just talking and going through all the exercises. So it's not the same as like when I'm with the cards in front of me and I can kind of prioritize them. I'm just going to grab the unique card here, because I think I did bottom deck one. And then here, this is the worst card here. I'd rather the Rosi Law draw some counter. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know the bottom 20 cards. So here again, if I just draw, or if I play the searcher, if I'm, down bad and I need to press the red button, but just the normal pace of the game, we're going to get through these top 14 cards and we're going to hit our stack. And then we have full knowledge, or at least if we've been on top of things and keeping track, we'll have full knowledge of the cards that we're going to be drawing. That's basically it. That's kind of what I want to kind of emphasize and have everybody know. Hope it was helpful, Munchie, or if you can pass this to anybody who you guys think might need it, feel free to do so. And if that made sense, or if it didn't, feel free to leave a comment and I can kind of like talk about it a little bit more. Just remember, cards number 1 is the card you want most. If you can't remember cards 2, 3, and 4, that's fine. Just have card number 5 bookend it, and then card number 6. That's the key card. That's the card that you want to remember again. I think for us it was Mama into Sokka. It's also hard for me to remember because we have 2 decks, but you guys can rewind and you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about, where I put a good card on top, and then I put the kind of other 4-ish cards as blanks, and then the card after that, you try to make it a good one. You try to make it a money card that you can either heal or just kind of keep track of. And when you do have cards like Borsellino in your stack, do note that Borsellino can heal those cards. And just like how in that first instance, you can also whiff a search, and then that also makes your stack kind of, you have to reorganize it in your mind a little bit. Those are kind of the only real exceptions to this rule that I'm kind of trying to show off, but hopefully it makes sense. All right, guys. Thank you. Take care.